Hey guys, let's get more news about Miami Heat, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Heat makes roster cuts before opener versus Magic. As the Miami Heat prepare for a tough Eastern Conference this upcoming season, they are in the midst of shaping their opening night roster as they have made some cuts announced Saturday by the team. With the Heat's president Pat Riley confident in the team to make some noise this season, they needed to dwindle down their roster to the 15-player maximum for the regular season, which they started to do. The first cuts the Heat made was waiving former first-round pick Nasir Little, Warren Washington, and some Summer League standouts in Isaiah Stevens and Zion Pullen. In the Heat's preseason finale win against the Memphis Grizzlies 114-109, Friday night, all of the players who got released played in the game. There is a 5 p.m. EST deadline for teams to cut down their roster to 15 players for the regular season, which doesn't include the 3 on two-way contracts. There was stiff competition for the roster this year as a bevy of young talent from the Heat's Summer League title-winning team were vying for spots, which included Stevens and Pullen, the former who excelled in his passing ability. Each of the rookies and young players had extended minutes in the preseason finale, and it essentially became the last time to prove themselves as Spoelstra was impressed with the youthful group, according to the Miami Herald. What they have shown as a collective group of young guys, they've brought us some talent level that we've been able to restock with our roster. They've given us an exuberance, Spoelstra said Friday. But they've also found a way as a group to win, to impact winning, to find a way to gut out wins. I don't know what it is, I just know it's something. I don't want to over-exaggerate it right now. I told them the head coach enjoys watching them compete, Spoelstra continued. They compete and play the right way. Even when it doesn't always end up going exactly how you want it to, the intention is right. Good things happen if you're in a great headspace like that. It's just hard to find a group like that can rally around that. It's been fun. With the cuts to the 4 players, that leaves the Heat at 14 roster spots filled, which does not include the 3 two-way deals that are filled with Keshad Johnson, Josh Christopher, and Drew Smith. It's also important to note that there is mutual interest for Pullen, Stevens, and Washington to join the Heat's G League affiliate in the Sioux Sky Force, per the Miami Herald. Another player that can do the same is Little, but could find interest from other NBA teams since he has some experience in the league. He was mostly ineffective in the brief Heat stint except for the preseason finale, where he scored 15 points as he made 4 of his 5 attempts from three-point range and collected 5 rebounds. Little originally signed with the Heat with the possibility of rejuvenating his career in the NBA after being cut by the Phoenix Suns the season prior. During the team's media day, he spoke about how Miami is a great fit for the former first-round pick in 2019. The vibe I got from here was that they wanted me the most. Looking at their track record, they've had a lot of success with players like myself, Little said, underdogs who just kind of need that chance, who have that fire, who have that will to compete. So I just felt like it was a great fit for me, truth be told. Tyler Herro on him and Terry Rozier, we're one of the best backcourts in the league. With all of the things Tyler Herro of the Miami Heat could offer on the basketball court, one thing stands out: his confidence to play at a high level. The 24-year-old has shown flashes of scoring at will as well as being the primary option on offense when Heat superstar Jimmy Butler was out. Herro has averaged 18.1 points per game in 5 seasons with Miami, with 20 points or more over the last 3 seasons. The 6'5" combo guard appears to be one of the main pieces of the core centered around superstar center Bam Adebayo for the Heat's future as Butler ages out his final prime years. Along with Herro in Miami's backcourt is Terry Rozier, who was brought into Miami at the trade deadline a season ago. The 30-year-old guard is a solid piece over the years, with stops in Boston and Charlotte making him one of the underrated guards in the league. Both Herro and Rozier are guards that can score on all 3 levels, with varying skill sets that complement each other. With a full offseason and training camp behind them, Harrow believes the backcourt could do something special this season. We're both really motivated, we both had really good summers. We wanted to come back stronger this year. Obviously he has a motivation and I have a motivation, Harrow shared in an interview with Bally Sports Sun, Heat's Jeremy Tatch. The Heat lost last year in just 5 games against the Boston Celtics after beating them in 7 2 seasons ago, and a large part of that were Harrow and Rozier struggling to find their offensive rhythm. We're really excited to play together again to prove people wrong, Harrow added. They really don't think the backcourt of us two can work. We both believe we're one of the best backcourts in the league and we both individually think we're one of the best guards in the league. I'm definitely excited to just have that kind of player next to me. He's fast. I'm young and I'm ready to play fast and play faster than we have before, and I'm definitely excited to see how it works. However, Harrow acknowledged there will be a lot of adjustments throughout the season but assures that they will do their best to make it work and at the same time make everyone on the team happy. There's gonna be things we have to work through as we continue to grow and get better. And we still have to think about all the other guys we have on our team to make sure that they're happy and to make sure that it all works together, Harrow said. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We've had a lot of time throughout training camp at the Bahamas, and I'm sure today and the rest of the practices leading up to the first game will be a lot of me and Terry trying to work through some things. Whatever works, we're going to continue to work through it and it'll look good. Harrow, Rozier, and the Heat opened their 2024-2025 season on October 24 against the Orlando Magic at home in the Kaseya Center. $74 million star explored joining Miami Heat and Golden State Warriors this summer. It would be safe to assume that most Miami Heat fans were left unimpressed by the organization's lack of activity over this offseason. They have clearly decided to run it back and trust this roster for at least another season, despite their first-round playoff exit at the hands of the Boston Celtics. In many ways, it makes sense. The Heat reached the NBA Finals just a couple of seasons back. And there is room for growth in this roster. Perhaps Tyler Harrow will finally make that long-awaited leap and he has shown massive improvements in defense this preseason. Players like Jamie Jaquez Jr. and Nikola Jovic are expected to get better as well. And there is a ton of potential in Kel'el Ware, heading into his rookie season. That does not mean that the Heat were not linked with some high-profile names over the summer. DemarRozan is one of those who was believed to be on their radar. According to a report from Sam Amick and Anthony Slater on The Athletic, league sources say that DeRozan explored scenarios with the Philadelphia 76ers, Heat, San Antonio Spurs, and Golden State Warriors as he searched for a market value deal. But he had grown more fond of the Sacramento idea as time went on. DeRozan eventually departed the Chicago Bulls and ended up signing a 3-year, $74 million deal with the Kings. It is not hard to understand the decision. They have solid young stars and are a team on the rise. As for the Heat, the outlook around their chances this season has changed following some impressive performances in preseason. After dropping the first game, they have won 4 straight with a number of players, including the rookies, impressing. Of course, it is never a good idea to look too much into preseason performances, but they have certainly caused the Heat fans' optimism to grow drastically. And you fan? What do you think of the situation of DemarRozan? Leave your opinion in the comments.